Good morning guys, welcome back to another vlog. I hope you're well. I'm looking forward to vlogging today. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm feeling very in the mood. This video is also in partnership with BBC Sounds, so don't forget to check the description box and click on the link to learn more about Fern Cotton, Sound of the 90s, which I'm going to be chatting to you more about in a little bit. Have you noticed my t-shirt? Because I'm very excited about it. It says Pebbles. I've never had a t-shirt that says Pebbles before, especially not one that I had like made. This is not a personalized t-shirt. This is from a brand called Yoki Club, which is a small brand in Australia. And yeah, they have a t-shirt called Pebbles. It's majorly oversized. It's like a big oversized. It's more of like a wear in the summer with cycling shorts type t-shirt. But I love it. And it's from this it's in this like very soft, slightly stretchy material. And it's colorful. I mean, it wasn't made for me, but I feel like it was literally made for me. So very happy to be wearing my Pebbles t-shirt today. I do feel like I don't look my finest though. I did my hair yesterday and then I slept on it and it was weird this morning and I didn't want to have to straighten the whole thing again. So I have just thrown my hair up in a bun. I feel like I'm not looking my best, but it's okay. We're all friends here. I am wearing a new lipstick, which I'm loving. I spoke about this on Instagram. I was looking for a lipstick that was like my MAC, thanks, it's MAC lipstick, which is a lipstick I love and I wear all the time, but it does have this slight silver glittery stuff running through it that you can't really see unless you're in the sun, but when you're in the sun it's really obvious. So I've been looking for an alternative and I was given this last week from a brand called Hilden and it's their melting lip balm and I think it's pretty much spot on. It's just that lovely my lips were better everyday, very easy to throw on lip product. So I'm really excited about that. I'm obsessed. It's gonna be great. Okay, what is the plan for today? I want to make a big batch of minestrone soup for my friend who had a baby. I feel like that would be a really good thing to make. I can put it in soup bags and take it over. If she wants to freeze it, she can freeze it. Soups and things with beans and fiber are really good for C-section recovery. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. I don't know if I'll drop it today, maybe tomorrow, but I just want to get that made. Got all the ingredients. I picked them up on the way back from the school run. And then let's see where the day takes us. I've got some fun plans this evening I'm gonna bring you along to. Also guys, the Dunelm stools are very good. I'm really enjoying them. I'm so glad with my decision. Oh my god, look at the mess over here. We just constantly have all of these toys out. These are like kitchen-y bits. I got rid of our kitchen, but I kept all the bits from it because they still love role-playing like shops and restaurants, but I need to find a way to like store them. Honestly, if I put them away in cupboards, they're just never going to use them. Maybe we need something here. I don't know. I kind of want to get a piano, but can't get it through the front door. This mess is just upsetting me. Okay, minestrone, I'm going to be chopping up into, I'm going to use my chopper just so everything's kind of small and the same size. This is my chopper. It's just from Amazon. I really love it. You've got this one and then I've got a smaller one as well, and you just pop it on there and do that and it chops it all for you. It's a life-changing gadget. I've got onion, carrots, celery, that's like your sofrito base, which is kind of like the base of so many Italian dishes, and then courgette, tin of chopped tomatoes, cannellini beans, essential, very good. And then I'm also going to throw in some of the, I never know, I always forget the name of this, cavallonero. It's like it's a bit more like kale than spinach, I guess, a little bit tougher, but I really like it, and it's got really nice dark green. It's so good for you. The thing is, I feel like a minestrone soup is not a minestrone soup without like the little pastas in it. But if I'm giving it to someone and they're going to maybe freeze it, do I make the pasta and put it in the soup, or do I just like tell them to add pasta? This is one of those moments where I phone my mum and ask what she thinks. When does that stop? It's actually Mother's Day this weekend. Sorry, I am a little ahead with filming, so when you watch this, Mother's Day would have definitely been and gone. But yeah, it's gonna be a really nice weekend. We're going out with my mum and my sisters. I think we're gonna go to Walthamstow, have some brunch and walk around the shops, and then I'm having a little massage in the afternoon. And then on Sunday, which is actual Mother's Day, we've got a lot of like kids parties, and Gray's got her big like stage school show thing. It's like her first big proper show, so that'll be really nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a little Mother's Day weekend. Okay, whilst I'm cooking, I need to put on something to listen to because it's the only way I can like keep concentrating and like get this done. I usually either put on like a podcast or music, but this is a very good time to tell you about the podcast that I'm listening to at the moment. It's Fern Cotton's Sound of the 90s. Guys, if you were a 90s kid like me, you're gonna love this. I am a 90s kid. I was born in 87, so me and my sister who's like 7 years older than me, always argue over like who's more of a 90s kid, but we just experienced it in different ways. You know, she was older. She was very like Alanis Morissette. I was more Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls. But the 90s is just, oh. And I'm watching, oh my God, I'm watching that program at the moment. You know, is it just called Love Story? It's the JF Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette story. Oh my God, guys, I am so obsessed. I cannot tell you how obsessed I am with this program. And it's just making me feel so nostalgic for the 90s, the fashion, the Calvin Klein, the jeans and the white t-shirt and the soundtrack. I feel like I'm just very in 90s mode at the moment. And I found this podcast on the BBC Sounds app, which I did show you in my last vlog that I did with them. BBC Sounds app is super easy to use. It's got all of the radio stations up here at the top. And then if you subscribe for free to the podcasts that you like, you can just go to My Sounds and all of your podcasts will just show there. And the reason I really want to recommend Sound of the 90s with Fern Cotton, that's what it's actually called, it's because it's such a good mix. I wouldn't say it's like purely like a chatty podcast. It's a mix between like radio and podcast. Some of the episodes are like mixtapes where it's just an amazing mixtape of great 90s tunes. And then some of them are more chatty, and Fern's like the perfect host. She has loads of amazing 90s anecdotes and stories to tell. Some of them she has guests on, which is always really nice. One of them was a whole takeover by Robbie Williams, which was amazing. So he like hosted that episode. I really like how each episode is different because it kind of mixes it up, keeps it interesting. It's not the same thing every time. So I would say it is the perfect podcast for whilst I'm cooking because it's quite music based and I really like listening to music whilst I'm cooking. It's also a great one for when you're in the car. Again, just because it mixes it up, there's a little bit of chatting in there, but then there's also a lot of music and you know it's going to be great 90s music. I really enjoyed the boy band ballad mixtape. Excellent. A lot of Westlife on there. And then I also liked remembering the best Brits moments. Obviously we just had the Brits, so it was really good listening to that one and like looking back on very famous moments from the Brits throughout the 90s. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop that on whilst I'm cooking, and if you're interested and you want to listen to Sounds of the 90s by Fern Cotton, you can download the BBC Sounds app. You can find it on there. I'll pop a link down below in the description box, but also let me know what else you guys are listening to. I honestly love a podcast recommendation, and that is a good one. Just love the 90s tunes. So let me pop that on and let's do some chopping. These are so good from Lakeland. If you are, actually, even if you're not like batch cooking for someone else, they're just good for yourself too. They're the soup and sauce bags. I really like these for soups, sauces, because they take up so much less space in the freezer. First thing I really like is that they open flat, so you can stand them up when you pour into them, and then they take up so much less space in the freezer because you can obviously like squish them down, squish them in. Once they're frozen, they're solid, but before that you can just squish them around your freezer. So much easier for batch cooking and storing. So I'm going to do her a few bags of minestrone. That's just kind of simmering away, and then I'll give it a little taste, and then I think I am going to add pasta, just a little bit. I think that will be fine. I think it will freeze well still, hope so. Okay, the soup is done. It tastes delicious. I just gave it a little taste. That is a really nice like healing soup. I'm gonna let that cool down a little bit, sit in the pot for a little bit, and then I will put it into the soup bags. I also just finished listening to the 90s Brits moments episode. Very good. Learned lots of things I didn't know about previous Brit Awards. Getting stuff ticked off my to-do list, and one of those things is to wrap present. I swear we have kids' parties all the time. Actually, that's a lie. We don't have them that often. But this is one of Gray's like good friends. I got her this mermaid blanket. So it's a sequin mermaid tail, but it's a blanket that you get into. They do these at Home Sense. They don't always have them. You're lucky if you find one, but I just know she'll love that because Gray has one and she loves it. And it's the easiest where you have to buy for a kid that is like your own kid. So I'm going to try and wrap this somehow. Normally I wrap kids' presents in brown paper. That is my favorite hack. I wrap them in brown paper. I use these really nice pens to write to whoever, lots of love from whoever, happy birthday. That's just my best hack for wrapping presents, because then you always have brown paper. And also I feel like when you go to kids' parties, the cards always get lost and it's so annoying for the parents. But I'm not going to do that this time just because Gray found a card that she really wanted to give her friend. So this one will have a card. So I'm just going to use some of this unicorn wrapping paper. How am I going to wrap this? It's massive. And I don't want to fold it too much because then it will bend. Oh, this is not going to work. Okay, I've made it a bit smaller. Oh my God, that is literally just going to fit. Okay, I'm actually going to have a little bowl of soup myself because I think there's enough for me to have a little bit for my lunch. I wanted to chat to you guys about something just because I've always been one for feedback. I remember back in the day, some of the kind of bigger YouTubers telling me that they never read comments. They had like assistants who would go through their comments, vet them, and they just wouldn't read them. And that just used to blow my mind. Like for me, feedback, good or bad, is just such a huge part of this. I just can't. And also like I really enjoy reading the comments. Anyway, whatever, that is a random side note. I was looking through the comments on my recent Foggy Mornings video, and it's tricky because especially when I do a collab video with someone, which means that it goes out on both of our channels, it's hard for me to tell if the person commenting is someone from my existing audience or the person I'm filming with. So that is a bit confusing because some of the comments I'm like, I don't think you've watched a Foggy Mornings before, or you know who I am, and also obviously everything's a bit confusing for you. But either way, there are quite a few comments of like the same type of thing. So I wanted to kind of address them in this video and chat to you guys a little bit about it. And I hope that you will listen and understand what I'm saying and we can have a little bit of a chat about it, because something like Foggy Mornings is going to constantly be ever changing and growing over time. And I want you to be part of that journey with me. So it's good to chat. Now, I understand that sometimes explaining what Foggy Mornings is a bit confusing. It's something I've struggled with, kind of really explaining that elevator pitch of this is what Foggy Mornings is. But I kind of know what it isn't. And I don't, and I've never wanted Foggy Mornings to be home tour videos of people's homes. A bit like how our podcast At Home With, especially because it was audio only, we did share some photos. It wasn't so much just about the person's home. It was about the person in their home. And in the same way, Foggy Mornings is very much about the guest and what their home means to them, and the topics that we always cover, like what fills their cup, what makes them happy. There's the similar topics that always come up in the episodes, but ultimately it is about the person and how they feel about their home. I love that with the YouTube videos compared to the podcast, I can be more visual and you can see us in that person's home, and we tend to pick 2 to 3 spaces in that person's home that they feel comfortable filming in. The kitchen is always a non-negotiable, and then maybe there'll be like a lounge or if a wardrobe or something like that, some like special part of their home that they want to show and talk about. The reason why I don't do a lot of big, wide panning shots or kind of show a bathroom upstairs that maybe we might mention. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely some cutaways, like you'll notice in Luke's one when he talked about the stained glass windows and we're looking up and talking about them, we do get a cutaway of those. That's different. We will always try and get cutaways of things we are talking about. It's not always easy. You have to remember this. Wait, there's so many things to cover here. One, Foggy Mornings is very low production for multiple reasons. One, budget. I don't have like sponsors for Foggy Mornings. I only make money from YouTube ads. So that is totally unpredictable. It can be quite low amount depending on the views. It can be okay, but it's definitely not like high budget. I already pay for Georgia's time for the whole day to film it, and then we'll do like an edit day as well. So I'm spending more than I'm making on this because it's a passion project that I hope can grow into something else, but something I really enjoy doing. So it's very low production. But actually, I think if budget even wasn't an issue, I think I would always try and keep it low production because that's what makes it feel so relaxed. All of the lovely comments that you guys give about how relaxed I seem, how relaxed the guest seems, that is honestly maybe partly down to how I interview them, I don't know, but it's definitely down to the fact that it's just me and Georgia, 2 very friendly faces in their home. It's not a whole crew of people who are asking you to say that line again. Like I've been on so many shoots over my time of being a content creator, and it's just, some of them are so old fashioned, you know, people with big cameras and lighting and screens and saying, oh, can you say that again? And then it's never authentic. We don't repeat things. We don't shoot things again. It's very, very relaxed. We've experimented with different ways that Georgia can shoot it, and how it's ended up at the moment is a monopod. So it's a long stick that she can balance on the floor. She doesn't use what's it called? Like a gimbal. So to keep the camera kind of steady, but still be able to zoom in and out and move around if she wants, she uses this tripod that kind of holds onto the floor. But she's not going to just start like panning around and filming things whilst we're talking. So any of those other clips need to be filmed afterwards, because we don't have two people filming. A lot of the videos you'll see online that are more professional, they'll have one person filming the people talking, another person getting other clips. That is not this. But the main reason is not just like production. Yes, production may change over time. We might keep tweaking things. I think it'll be really handy to have someone else come with us. You know, maybe when I get an assistant one day, they could come with and they could kind of take note of things that we mentioned to get cutaway clips afterwards so that Georgia doesn't have to remember it. I think that would be good. But the main reason I don't want to show too much of the home is, one, because I think it really limits the guests that we can have. Not every guest is going to be like Luke and have this incredible home. I would also love to have people who have normal homes. I feel like Helen's home was a little bit more normal, like her kitchen size is a kitchen that you guys can relate to. Beautifully styled, so fun, so much personality, her home. But I don't want every house to be this like recently renovated huge kitchen house. I don't want the focus to be so much on the interiors, because I think it limits the sort of guests we have, and I'm far more interested in the guest than the colour of their walls. Another thing is, if I do want to start having guests on who I don't know, so far all of the guests I've known, I could just WhatsApp them, send them a message, do you want to be on Foggy Mornings? They're like, yes, I would love to. Eventually I would love to have, I'm going to have some guests that I don't know, and some of them might be famous people, celebrities. That would be great, but they are not going to want to show the private parts of their home. A lot of them, I've already asked a couple and there's been pushback. You know, I don't have press in my home. I want people to know this is not an invasion of their privacy. It's very controlled. It's very, you know, we film in a couple of spaces, but it's not kind of home tours. It's not loads of panning shots. We're not asking to go upstairs and snoop around your bedroom. It's not a home tour. And I think that will really allow me to have a bigger range of guests. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions about that, please do let me know. But obviously when I film episodes where it is much more visual, I always think like, oh gosh, should we be showing this? I'm always so tempted to show more. And then I have to rein myself back in and go, no, that is not the point of Foggy Mornings. It's about the person. It's about how they feel about their home. It's so lovely that we're chatting in their home where they feel most comfortable, but this is not a home tour video, and we don't need to be showing every corner of someone's home. There were a couple of bits in Luke's episode that I wish we had shown, like that we mentioned. So we talked about his desk and we talked about the sofa, and we should have put in cutaways of that. But like I said, it's just really hard in the moment to remember the little things that we've mentioned and get those clips afterwards. That's just a production thing. It's only us two, and we're just kind of learning as we go. We're trying to get the production down really slick, because with some guests, we're only given like 2 hours with them. So we need to film the whole episode. We need to get photos. We need to get cutaways. We need to get extra clips. We might need to film something for a reel. And we are getting better with that. We haven't, like with Luke, we didn't get to practice because he's so lovely. He let us spend the whole day there. So we didn't feel rushed. But with some guests, we only have limited time. So it's got to be a slick production. So I hope that makes sense. I'm starting to think now about, you know, how to ask people who I don't already know and how to like show them what Foggy Mornings is all about. I'm making like a little document that can kind of explain what it is and also explain what it isn't, because I don't want anyone to think I'm some kind of like hard-hitting journalist that's going to come into their house and make them feel like uncomfortable or ask really uncomfortable questions. Like, it's a comforting, kind space. I want them to know about you guys and how great you are, and I'm trying to put something together so that hopefully I can eventually one day have people who maybe don't already know me in Foggy Mornings. And yeah, like I said, I think it just gives me more options, because otherwise I'm going to end up only being able to do creators. Obviously creators are very comfortable on camera and happy showing their home, but not everyone is. A lot of people are quite private about their home, so I want to still be able to have those people and them know that they just have to show their kitchen and one other space in their home, and it can still be a really lovely episode. By the way, I did put on my Instagram stories, I'm looking for a part-time creative like social media assistant, London based. I mean, there's loads of details. I'm going to put the job description down below in the description box, just in case you're not on Instagram and you didn't see it and it might be perfect for you. Have a little read of that, all the info is there. Helping with Foggy Mornings would definitely be a part of that, because honestly, the behind the scenes is mad how much is involved in it. Okay, the soup has been delivered. Oh, fresh, cute little newborn babies. And before the kids get back from school, I wanted to open up a couple of Easter egg bits that I got from M&S. I think when you watch this video, Easter weekend will be next weekend, I think. And I do love an Easter egg. M&S have some very good Easter egg bits in. So I picked up the Sunny Side Up whips. I love a walnut whip. We always had these in my house growing up. My dad is big into his walnut whips, and these sound interesting. Milk chocolate filled with mallow. marshmallow. I don't know how to say it when it's without, when it hasn't got the marsh. And orange sauce. Oh my God, that sounds so good. And then this, I missed out on this last year. Of all the Easter eggs, this one sounds right up my street. There is like a salted caramel one that looks like something Rich would love. It's super expensive. I think it's like £18. But this, I wanted this last year and they sold out. It's the custard cream biscuity egg. So it's hollow milk chocolate, but then it's got biscuit pieces with a layer of custard cream inside. Oh my God. Okay, let's try these together so that you guys can have a little heads up before Easter next weekend on any bits you might want to pick up. I will let you know what, someone's got to do this job, all right? I actually love this because I have to say on a walnut whip, I always take the walnut off, just not that into walnuts. So love that this is a little cream egg. I'm just going to bite the top. It's really hard. I can't bite into it. I'm going to break my teeth. Okay, the whole egg is like its own piece at the top. That's good. So it's like a walnut whip inside, but it's got this extra layer of orange, and I love orange chocolate. That is so good. I love the marshmallowy bit of a walnut whip. If you haven't tried them, they are so much better than a tea cake. It's an M&S classic. I always find that when I get to the base, it's too chocolatey for me. Here's how you know I'm a savoury girl. Struggling after one bit of chocolate. Okay, let's try this and see if it is worth the hype. I feel like it's smaller than last year. Am I imagining it, or was it much bigger last year? This is the size of it. I mean, it's heavy. That is actually really quite weighty. I don't know how I'm gonna, do I just like break it? Oh gosh, okay. I just like stuck my finger in it and it kind of exploded, but not too hard to get into. Oh, there's like a little button on the front. Okay, so let's give this a go. It kind of looks like it's going to taste like Kinder, but it's not because it's an M&S chocolate. It does taste a bit like Kinder. It's got that kind of, oh, actually no, it doesn't. It's got a lot more white chocolate taste to it. It tastes like a kind of milky bar, but it's got a slight crunch because it's got the custard cream biscuit layer. That is nice. That's really nice. I mean, that is as much as I could eat. I will feel sick. I'm going to put all of that in the fridge. I would say that is definitely worth the hype. That is a good Easter egg. It does taste like a custard cream. It's quite sickly. I'm going to make my kids dinner. They're having burgers and chips. And my mum is coming round because I'm taking Rich out tonight. I got him for his birthday tickets to see Hamilton. It's something he's wanted to see for such a long time. So I'm so glad he's finally getting to see it. I also have not seen it. And I think the theatre's actually in Victoria, which I just assumed. I don't know why. I just assumed it was in like Soho where all the theatres are, but it's actually Victoria. So I'm going to get the tube and meet him there. He's going to go straight from the office and meet me there. And I think we're going to go for dinner first. Hopefully my mom is fine, just dealing with the kids and everything's fine. I won't know if it isn't because I'll be in the theatre. So I'm going to prep the kids dinner and then I need to kind of spruce myself up a bit. Not too much. It's only the theatre. No one's looking at me. Just been topping up my makeup. I think because my hair is a little bit greasy and I need to wash it tomorrow, and because it's up, I wanted to put on a little bit more of a lip. The foundation I'm wearing today has actually lasted pretty well. It's the Dior, it's the one that comes in the stick, Dior Forever Skin Perfect foundation. I saw, who did I see putting this on? Cher Webb using this, and it looked super glowy on her. And then when I went to buy it, they said it's a matte foundation, so I'm a bit confused, but I think it looks pretty glowy. It's definitely got like a blurring effect. It's a really, really nice foundation. I got that in the shade 2N. So I put that on this morning. I've literally just put on a little bit more concealer, a little bit more eyeshadow, which is the Vive Camel eyeshadow stick. And then for my lips, I've used a mix of this lip liner from Hilden, which is the Silk to Set Longwear Lip Pencil in Olivia. So that's a little bit more of like a pinky mauvey shade, slightly darker. And then I've put MAC Spirit on top, which is a little bit more of a kind of browny lipstick. I think that's a nice combination actually, so I'm happy with that. Put on a little bit more of my blusher, which is from Merit. Love that blush. Need to try their new lipsticks actually. I think they're going to be right up my street. Also just going to put on a little bit more perfume, which is my Dead Cool Extra Milk. So nice. And I think I'm gonna wear my lime green cardigan, maybe my leather jacket. I think the weather's gonna hold out. It's been a really lovely day, so I don't think it's gonna rain tonight. Can't wait for sushi. I haven't been to Sticks and Sushi for ages. I used to always go there whenever there was like a reason to celebrate like a work thing and have the Hell's Kitchen sushi, and it was just so nice, and I haven't been for years. So Can't wait to go back. So yummy. Okay, I sorted out the kids with their dinner and my mum is there now. It's a bit windy there. I'm in Victoria and I'm heading to Sticks and Sushi where I'm going to meet Rich after work. I'm a little bit early, but I'll go and have a drink. I don't think there's any shops around here, otherwise I would go and browse them. Oh, here's Sticks and Sushi. Here we go. I'm trying to get tickets for this Claudia Winkleman thing. It's like an evening with Claudia Winkleman, kind of Q&A. Tap water would be great. Thank you so much. Just trying to quickly book tickets. I am so excited for this food. Love a little pre-look at the menu before the other person arrives, although it's only Rich, so we can totally sit here in silence looking at the menu. Oh, the problem is it's all so good. I just always want to get everything. Definitely going to get the Hell's Kitchen. Oh, some sashimi. The sticks are good, but you literally get one, so it never really feels worth it. Although the miso, black miso or something, that's really good. Black cod miso. Welcome, Rich. Hello. To the vlog.
Hi, bro.
Okay, we've ordered a load of stuff, starting with... Oh no, wait, this does not look like a chopstick situation. No, is that like a cracker?
Yeah.
Little tuna tartare bites.
Pretty good.
Very good. Got spicy edamame. That's so good.
So quiet in here.
Because it's quite early.
Yeah,
6 o'clock on a Wednesday. We've ordered salmon sashimi, Hell's Kitchen, 2 miso cod sticks.
That's it. Gyoza. Chicken gyoza.
Wait, Rich, you excited for Hamilton?
Yes. I should have listened to the soundtrack. I haven't listened to it for ages.
I don't know it at all.
You will.
Do you think I'll be able to keep up with the storyline? Because I don't feel like I know American history that well. I'm going to be like, who's that? What happened there?
The biography of Alexander Hamilton.
I'll save you guys the history lesson. Look, it's got that moving stuff on it. It's kind of stopping. It's chilling out a bit. But you know that... I don't even know what it is. Is it seaweed? It's moving on top. The gyoza. Gyoza? I can never... I feel like I say it wrong. What?
Gyoza.
Gyoza. Delish. It's weird, when I vlog now, when we're out, it feels more like a big deal. Like, I feel like I'm interrupting I think probably because our alone time is more precious now.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, I'm getting the camera out, how annoying that I'm vlogging. Whereas back in the day, I used to vlog every time we went out, anywhere we went, the weekends, I would always be vlogging. It never felt like a big deal. Whereas now I feel like I'm annoying you. I don't think you are annoyed, but I feel that, just so you know.
The camera's smaller.
I know, but I still feel like it feels more intrusive than it used to. But again, I think it's just because we don't get time to ourselves, so getting the camera out feels counterproductive. Hell's Kitchen roll has arrived.
This isn't the Hell's Kitchen.
Yes, it is.
Is that prawn?
Yeah, so look, it's prawn in the middle, and then it's got tuna on top with that little dollop of spicy sauce. That's the best bit.
I always like the end. You get more prawn.
So full, so delicious. Time for theatre. Wait, can we get like minstrels or something? I don't have a favourite song. I don't know any of the songs from Hamilton. I don't know anything about it. I hope I like it. I bought my glasses. Well remembered. Literally right next door. That was super quick to get here. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, it's early in the morning. I've just washed my hair, no makeup on. But I obviously didn't finish vlogging last night. It ended quite abruptly, I have to say. I was planning on checking in on the interval and letting you know what we thought and then vlogging again afterwards. But it was so weird. We went into the theatre. This has never happened to me before. I have been vlogging for like 12, 13 years or something. And I go to the theatre all the time. And this has never happened to me. We went to the bit where they check your bag. And I open my bag and I think I'm more shocked by how it happened than what happened. I opened my bag and the guy literally just put his hand in my bag, which I thought was really like aggressive. I don't know. I feel like I keep thinking back, like, how could that have played out differently? And I think he could have said like, oh, is that a camera? Unfortunately, we're not allowed cameras in. I don't know. There could have been like a discussion. He literally put his hand in my bag, pulled out, I'm filming on it now, so I can't show you, but this is kind of what my camera looks like. Pulled it out and he was like, can't take that in, gave me a ticket and just like basically walked off with my camera. I was like, what is happening? Obviously, I'm not going to film in the theatre. I would never. And obviously to give him benefit of the doubt, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that I'm not just this like, I mean, actually, I don't look like a 20-year-old irresponsible influencer. But anyway, he doesn't know I'm not going to film. But to be honest, phones aren't confiscated and I think most people who are going to sneakily film at the theatre are not going to use a proper camera, they're going to use their phone. So I do find it a bit bizarre. He literally grabbed my camera. Bear in mind, this is a really expensive bit of kit. I'm filming literally a job on this camera. I was like, whoa, what do you mean? What's happening? Why can't I take it in? I'm obviously not going to use it. Can I not even use it at the interval? He was like, nope, it has to go in the special room the whole time. I've literally never heard that. I don't know what is different about Hamilton to every other musical. Maybe because they've got kind of a younger, more social media following. I don't know. So he gave me a ticket and he put it in this kind of special separate cloakroom. But I did have to quickly I asked if I could take my memory card out because I have like really valuable footage and stuff on there that I need for work. And I don't know, I would never have put my camera in a cloakroom. It is worth way too much money for that. Maybe I should have read the T's and C's before and just not brought it with me at all. But like I said, that's never happened to me at the theatre before. I don't really see the difference between a camera and a phone. There were literally people on their phone the whole time throughout watching the theatre, which is my biggest annoyance. I hate it so much. There was someone in front of us, someone next to us who were just checking their phone the whole time. So anyway, I felt really like frustrated at how that played out, and it put me in such a bad mood for like the first half of the show. And luckily, of course, I remembered to get it afterwards and everything was fine. It was just such a weird experience. I don't know. So anyway, this morning I have just quickly washed my hair. I need to dry it, straighten it, put on some makeup, crack on with some work today, run a few errands. I did just pop on the new episode of Sound of the 90s with Fern Cotton, and this most recent episode when I'm filming this, the first song, it just starts with "You're all I ever wanted," you know, like NSYNC, and it's so good. It's literally like set the tone for today. What a tune. Apparently that only made it to number 5 in the UK charts, which is mad, and it was their first single. I didn't realise, like, what a banger, honestly. Such a tune. So I think I need to like rewind and listen to that again. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready. I didn't realise, by the way, last night when I shared my makeup, I think I was wearing MAC Spirit lipstick. They've discontinued that. Why is it the lipsticks I always love get discontinued? It's like the perfect brownie lipstick without being too brown. Very frustrating. This is what I was talking about when I was saying I wrap my presents in brown paper and I write on it with coloured pen. This is literally a present for this weekend. Honestly, it's just my favourite hack. Guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here, but I'm gonna try and film this weekend when it's Mother's Day. I think I can because there won't be kids around. I'm going to go with my mum and my sisters and have a little nice morning out. So I think I'll try and vlog if it doesn't feel too like disruptive for the day. I'll see if I can get a few little clips there. So I will definitely see you in the next vlog. And thank you guys so much for watching this one. Don't forget to check the description box for everything I showed and mentioned in this video, including BBC Sounds. There'll be a link in the description box. Don't forget to check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.